All right, gaming time.
All right, let's go through the games.
Finally, some real shit.
gamings.
Okay, there's a lot of I mean, look, gaming this year, fucking great. Great year for gamers.
What do you feel like was the best year? So not all of these games came out this year,
No.
correct?
No.
But could you have filled this list out with games that came out this year? Did you play a lot of games that came out this year, or was it mostly like older games?
Well, Tactics and Dispatch.
I played a
were this
lot
year,
of game
right?
that came out.
So did
Tactics-
Expedition 33.
Expedition 33,
Oh, yeah.
Tactics,
Yeah.
and yeah, so 3 of these games came out this year. I think I've become playing games that come out right away. Like, I will say, I really enjoyed playing Expedition 33. I love playing Dispatch, and it is fun to play these games at the peak of their like popularity. It's fun, but also being a live streamer, sometimes playing these games, like by far the worst chat experience I had was Expedition 33.
Oh, really?
Viewers
Why?
were insufferable because they all like
Oh,
when it's
backseating?
like the game of the month or game of the week.
Yeah.
You get the most insufferable people who come into your chat and try to spoil things or tell you what to do. Like, no, you got to do this. Please use CL in your team. Like, they can't fucking like let
You're
you
not
do
playing the game that I play it.
But the good thing is, like, when I've played what maybe was when I played FNAF recently. Like, I played fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. I played Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 5 recently.
Okay.
My first time I'd ever sat down and played through them.
That's crazy.
I had a great time. Chat, great. It was awesome vibes because enough time has passed where people don't care about what you're doing or like they're just pumped that someone's playing it.
Yeah.
Right,
They're like, oh, dude, this game was like my fucking peak when I was a kid. And also Five Nights is still very popular.
Yeah.
But because time has passed and it's not like cool to currently like it right now, people are so much more fun about like watching you play it.
Right. Like the more casual fans are going to watch it, right? Or I guess the non-super diehard fans.
But like when people play it, like so for a game like Dispatch as well, at times people were like this as well when I was playing it, where because it's so new, you know, we all get hyperfixated on things. When something comes out, we want to learn everything about it for about 2 weeks and then we're done.
Yeah.
And so Dispatch, because I played it like right when it was basically finished, I had a similar experience where a lot of people were trying to backseat. We're trying to be like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to see the scene, please. Please, you have to do this. You know, it's like no, just let me fucking play the game.
Yeah.
You know? But I think this year I could have probably filled this list out with games that came out just this year. But I also mostly played games that didn't come out this year.
Right.
And that wasn't intentional. It was just like, I kind of just get in my head, I'm like, I want to play this game. Fuck it, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But I got into, for example, Metal Gear because I had a sponsorship
You had a
lined
sponsor,
up.
and I was like excited because I was like, finally, Connor gets to play the peak that is Metal Gear.
And I will say, out of all the games that I played, I think playing the Metal Gear series is probably my favorite gaming experience this year.
I mean, it's one of my favorite gaming experiences of all time.
That's why it's a classic.
Yeah.
And like, you know, depending on the day you ask me, I'll tell you which game is my favorite, and it will change every day.
Yeah.
Like I will have a different mood.
What are you
Yeah.
saying
And
today?
I think 2. It'd be 2 if you asked me.
2?
I think 2. I think about a lot.
Two.
2, the ending. Have you watched the scenes from the end again?
Not recently.
You should go back and watch the calls at the end now. It's fucked.
The more
The amount of things he kind of predicted is shocking.
the more the internet progresses, the more I lean more and more towards 2 as being just the fucking.
It's scary.
It is the serial experiments lane of the video game world, where the more time passes, the more relevant it gets.
Well, because there's like in 2, there's this whole thing at the end where obviously 2 is all a simulation.
Yeah.
Sorry, oh fuck. Okay, spoiler alert, we're done. 2 is all a simulation, and there's a whole big speech where they're talking about controlling information.
Yeah.
And the AI goes off into being like, if we allow everybody to have a say over information and the flow of information, nothing will be reliable. Everything will be a mess. And people, the loudest voices will control the say.
Yeah.
We need to control the flow of information to
Yeah.
limit what people can see and do. And it was like when everyone has free access to information, not everything becomes meaningless. And I was like, oh my God, stuff like this. You're like, it is shocking how
accurate
the prediction was and how well it's aged.
Yeah.
But then also like 3 is amazing. And I think 3 is obvious. Like I still to this day, I don't, there's literally no basis in this. I feel like 2 came out and they were like, Kojima, you need to chill out a little bit, buddy. And then they made 3.
I 100% agree with that. Where you have
zero proof.
Zero proof. It's feeling.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just see like a visionary in terms of like whatever art form they do, and you're like, damn, there is shows and movies I like that is based on a structural storytelling kind of style. And sometimes you just see someone who just does whatever the fuck they want to do. And I feel that with Kojima, man.
Dude, totally.
1 is amazing as well. 1 might be like, I honestly feel like start to finish the most polished Metal Gear in terms of like flow.
Yeah.
And then 2 gets like really fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And 3 is amazing too and extremely polished, but has some convoluted aspects to it. Like the camo system in the original is a little like, and the medical aspect of it is like innovative at the time, but you're like, and I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's the charm of Kojima's art, is that it is so weird and convoluted, but you're watching a guy who's passionate and who managed to make something interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the coolest thing. And that's the best thing about art.
Yeah, I feel like all 3 are just different experiences.
Yeah.
He never wanted to make the same game twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite having it being in the same series. All 3 have their own unique identities, doing their own unique things.
I mean, they always say, imitators are rarely as remembered as originators, right?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel like this is totally the case, where it's like there was no other game that was doing it like this, and not really a lot of games that were doing it like it afterwards.
I want to play 4. I will play 4 at some point. I don't know why I've put it off. I haven't really, no reason not to, just haven't. But it's pretty been my favorite experience of gaming, and people have been really supportive as well, like me experiencing it. Like, again, like none of the toxicity of any like games when I play like brand new games.
Yeah.
Everyone's just stoked.
I think Metal Gear fans just get so excited when they're like, oh, a new person coming into this
Bro,
obsession.
I'm that person. When he on the pod, when he was like getting a Metal Gear, I was like, shit, I gotta wait for him to finish 3 before I really like.
That was me with when he got into Final Fantasy. I was like, here we go.
Yeah, so that was pretty like my pinnacle this year.
Hell
of
yeah.
gaming. Obviously, Expedition 33.
Yep.
I mean, it's by far.
I still need to play it, man.
It is by far my favorite game that came out this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, since we, December and January, this coming December and January, we're a little less busy, or at least I'm a little less busy.
Yeah.
That'll hopefully be the time where I actually fucking start this game.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been wanting to
spoilers,
play it.
it's on my 3x3 as well.
Yeah.
I figured there's a good chance it would be.
Because I'm just like, it's just not even close for me.
I've seen now that it's gotten so popular that like people are starting to push back against it.
It's,
They're like,
it's always the cycle.
It's gotten too high.
Yeah. The highs are too high. They're like, we got to bring the French down somehow.
I think the reason why that is though, and I think again, like Expedition 33 has kind of introduced let me start again, because I think gaming as in general in the past, I want to say 2-3 years has really reached its apex of like, I don't know if it will keep going up, it probably will, of like popularity as like an accepted medium. Like I feel like we are talking about games, or at least getting there. Games are on the same level as movies and TV shows.
Totally.
They have been for a while.
Yeah, but I feel
100%.
like, it's like I could talk to my parent about like movies.
Yeah,
I can't talk to them
right.
about games yet. But I feel like every year we're getting closer and closer to that being like where gaming is in that thing. And I think because as well, I think we are seeing the fruits of the Fortnite's labor of like Minecraft and all, these kids who grew up with playing Minecraft and Fortnite like 8-9 years ago, who are now, they're all young adults.
Yeah.
I think this has been, like one of the first games that has really kind of crossed the gaming spectrum. Every single type of gamer knows about this game, has given it a shot. Whereas other games that are huge releases, like Dark Souls, like COD players aren't touching it or talking about it, or like, stuff like that. But Elden Ring also did the same thing, I think, as well. But I think it's been the first like really heavily story-driven game that has kind of crossed into all facets of gaming. And so I think everyone's getting into it, everyone's talking about it, and a lot of those gamers who haven't experienced like Chrono Trigger or these types of games are like
turn-based combat,
Yeah, like all these gamers that haven't really experienced peak gaming are like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Do I think it's the best game ever? Well, look, no. I think it's too early to have that conversation as well. But I think like it is kind of it has opened a lot of people's eyes to, and especially younger gamers, to the beautiful world of storytelling in video games, and is becoming like, so I think that's why we're getting a bit of pushback against it. People are like, I'm tired of people pretending like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, there are other amazing stories, but it's also, I think, it's a good thing.
I think it's also the fact that, like, the fact that, again, I think a lot of non-RPG player gamers or just non-gamers in general maybe looked at a game mechanic like turn-based and maybe had like a slight negative connotation to it, where it's like, oh, it's boring or it's whatever.
Yeah.
Who then played this game and was like, actually, turn-based can be really good.
Yeah, and I think this is ruined a lot of turn-based combat for me because I'm just like, it's so good where it triggers that part of my brain that likes active gameplay and also turn-based gameplay, and it actually triggers the best part of both worlds as opposed to me having to choose between one side or the other. It's just fucking insane. Characters great as well. The music is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard,
like I don't know how the fuck they just found that composer of like a developer forum, and he just turned out to be like the biggest genius in the world.
It's always the ones you least expect.
And like I really don't feel like it did anything new. It just did everything fucking amazing.
Right.
Like people are like, wow, they turn-based combat with blocking. It's like, that's not new.
No.
But they just did it so well.
Yeah.
And I think it's an earnest story. It's like, it's storytelling, it's risky, there's some really big twists in it that I think a lot of games nowadays would really shy away from trying to tackle those things.
It has got one of the best hooks in video games. Like the prologue, if you finish that prologue, and you are 100% guaranteed to finish the game because the prologue is just that good.
Okay.
And if I will have like one complaint about it, which is like my only complaint about Expedition 33, is just the more that modern games like evolve, the more I'm just like, damn, games are just like looking the same.
Yeah.
And it's just something about Expedition 33's like visual language. I'm
The
just
like Unreal Engine look.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine look, which is just like, there's so many like cool designs in it, like they call me so many cool monsters, so many cool designs, but something about it, the color scheme and just the aesthetic, they all just like blend together in all this like visual AAA game gloop that makes me like, even though the designs themselves are very interesting, just the aesthetics just all blend together for me in all like the AAA gaming gloop that
I don't think the game is perfect.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember the UI was like horrible.
Yeah.
Like navigating the menu and having to pick your what were they called? Pictos was fucking annoying. I was like, we've had decades of Final Fantasy to figure this out. Like, come on. And I do think, I know this is controversial, I do think like the last act is probably the weakest of the.
Well, you didn't do any side content.
I didn't do any side content.
So I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Okay, so what you're telling me is I need 100% this.
I do think if my one thing that I could have done, and I think I will go back and revisit it because they're adding a bunch of new side stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you need to do the Millennia.
I do want to do the Millennia. But they're also, okay, so they're adding a new like world and a couple new boss fights. So I think when that comes out, I'm going to go back and do all the side content.
Okay.
Because so actually it's kind of good that you waited.
Okay.
Now you can go all into it. So I'm going to revisit it. And
now this holiday season, I am 100% going to dedicate time to actually starting this game.
But the first act is so good. The first act is like absolute 10 out of 10, like god tier. But I'm excited because I also think the world they created was ultimately extremely fascinating. And I'm excited to see what other stories they tell.
Yeah, I think with the ending, it gave... We didn't find out everything. We found out enough. You know?
And I'm also not saying the ending is bad. It's like first one, 10 out of 10, middle act, 10 out of 10, last act, 9 out of 10. Like, it's still very good. I just didn't really like the pacing towards the end. But that's my personal preference. I know people don't like when I say that, but fuck you.
Yeah.
It's still like by far the best game I've played this year. And I feel like it is healthy to offer criticism, if any, to an amazing game.
Absolutely.
I feel like, it is important. But yeah, it's a genuinely fucking fantastic game if you haven't played it. There's a reason why everyone's talking about it. it is a very moving piece of art.
Yeah.
And you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing it.
Yeah. Colorful. I wish more AAA games were colorful.
It is quite dark. It is quite dark.
And it's not even like AAA games as well. It's just like modern movies, you know. It's the Marvel kind of like muted fucking colors aesthetic that
Unreal Engine does often have that look there, I feel.
For me, like right now, I just love games that have a very unique like visual language. Because that's I don't care too much now about like ultra realism anymore. You know, it's all about
I don't think anyone wants ultra realism.
Tell that to the gaming industry. You know,
that's just what they think people want.
Yeah.
I think people do that because it's like the simplest thing to say that you've done differently.
It's
like, look, it's the most realistic.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody wants this. It's just easy to convince a board of executives that like this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing, right?
Totally.